All right, you all. So, welcome back to my page. I am Quatanya Barnett. Many people call me Miss Q, and I am coming to you from Keener Producers Internationals. So, I'm excited. Just real quickly, a little bit about me and my company. KPI, we are a WOSB certified women's consultant firm. We offer business coaching, life coaching, student coaching, and also tutoring. So I tutor kids kindergarten through the 12th grade. I am listen, I'm proud to say that those students who come to me, um, they may have came to me level, but by the time, I got through with them, the student and the parents saw a significant improvement. So we're talking about two-letter grade, three-letter grade improvement. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And the reason why I bring them up or that portion up is because that's what I'm about. I'm about continuous improvement. We know there's no perfect person, there's no perfect situation, but we all can improve in somewhere, well, in some way, right? So that's what I do. So now back to my audience. Okay. So what I do is I help companies, I help individuals. For those who have a startup, I help them, I guide them, I give them some strategic plannings on what they need to do to be great at whatever it is that they want to be great in. Now, if I'm working for someone, if I am in as an employee, listen, I often tell people do not think low of any job opportunity. Anything that comes to you, be cool with it and just know that when you go in, you change the atmosphere. Okay. So I never look at any assignment as being less than. And it doesn't mean that I don't know my value. It just means again, I know what to do once I get into the room. So as a believer on that level, what do I do when I get in the room? I help bring things. I help bring things to the table that's going to help you as a manager, supervisor, director, DO, DN, board member, board chair. I bring things to the table to help you to rethink your process, your flow. Today, I'm excited because I have created an animated training. So there are times you may see my avatars or my Bitmojis, and I'm very proud of my avatars. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that out there. I'm very proud of them. So you know, um, with that, I have created an animated type of engaging training because with social media being what it is, far as the internet being what it is, there's no reason why we cannot get our product out there or get our words or our reviews out there. And that's why I created. So, what was the training about today? The training today was about retaining your employees. So, when COVID came, COVID hit everybody. It doesn't matter about who you are, your age, your background, um, your race, color, your skin. It doesn't matter about any of that. When COVID came in, it touched everybody, right? And so with that, there came what we call the Great Resignation. When the Great Resignation hit and we realized that people are saying, hey, I'm quitting. I no longer have to work here. I know myself. I am valuing myself. I can go somewhere else because at this time, other companies are now being competitive in their wages. So people are saying, I don't have to continue to work in this environment for minimum wage or for less than. Let me go across the railroad tracks or let me go to another city or better yet, let me start my own company. And that's what we saw. So we're still seeing a lot of changes or a lot of heat from the Great Resignation. And this is why I'm doing part one of this training. How do we retain the people that we have? I'm sure that many of you, especially if you are a hiring manager, you're tired of seeing people say, hey, I quit. You're tired of people coming in and out. You tired of those doors, just open and closing, not even a month or 2 months, somebody else is leaving or somebody else is coming in only to leave a month later. So you have to ask yourself why. Now, not only do you ask yourself why, because there could be some reasons, some true, real reasons on why you're seeing that. Um, Sometimes we don't want to take accountability, but in reality, it really could be you. It could be the environment. I would tell anybody the vision, the culture, the climate, and the communication or the lack thereof are the building stones to any organization. So when you're lacking in those areas, of course, you're going to see some turnover rates. Okay. It's not about the money anymore. People, it used to be about the money. It used to be you can go to a company and make $20 an hour and people thought you were the it, right? But now it's different. Now there's other companies that's willing to pay $26 an hour or maybe $20 an hour. You may have to drive 10 extra more minutes, but they are valuing you. So this is what you have to look at. So there has to be an internal assessment on why we are losing people and be cool with it. Accept it, take it. Now let's improve. Let's see what the problem is. Now let's work on it. All right. So after you've done that, then let's start looking at some people that we have internally. When I look at the job boards, and I look at the job boards pretty often, but when I go to various job boards, I'm looking and I'm seeing jobs that are open. I'm seeing companies or the same companies that are hiring. But when I see that a company is hiring for this particular position, and this particular position has been on the board for 120 days, and it has 3 plus, or it has where they're hiring or they're recruiting for multiple positions, then I'm not quick to apply or tell someone about that company. And the reason is because there's a reason why that particular job has been open for a long period of time. It could be the management, it could be the company itself, it could be the hiring process. The hiring process, when you use these particular job boards, you know that because of technology and the software, if the applicant or the potential applicant, if they're not writing what you want them to possess, then it's going to get thrown to the left side. Um, but if you get somebody who know how to create a resume or put the right words down, then yeah, it's going to go to the right, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get the right person. So what we have done is we have left jobs open, we have left positions open, and now the company is going through because now you're having people work over to fill that position, or you have people who really don't want to work in that position and they're not being compensated for the double or the extra work. They're working in that position. Now they're frustrated, they're mad, and on their break, guess what? They're going to Indeed.com. Yes, they clocked in. They on your time. They on their break. They're gonna go back out and do your job. But yeah, so they're trying to figure out if I can get out of here, I'm gone. So what do you need to do to keep people there? So there's this new term that's been floating around. You may have heard it far as it's being called silent hiring or quiet hiring. Either way, it is a term that's being used and in the recruitment area, and it's being used in a way to say, hey, let's hire inside, let's hire internally, which I think is very strategic. I think it's truly an awesome way of looking at things. Why do I say that? Because if you already got the people there, build them up. Now, this is how I look at things, and I look at things totally differently, right? So if I see that you got a person who's been on your job for or been at your company for 15, say 20 years, and they are still tier one or they're still entry level, and they've been there for 20 years, I blame you and I blame that person. I blame you because you're the organization and you're the ones who have the power to help bring that person up. I blame them because they may be the kind of people who like, listen, I don't want no more. And I want no more. I just want a paycheck. I just want a paycheck, right? But then you have to realize that there are people who would come in and say, hey, I'm hungry. I want this. I want that. And what you don't want to do, you don't want to tone them down. You don't want to be like, whoa, hold up, pull back, horsey. You don't want to do that. You want to let them continue with their energy because as long as they have that energy in them, then they're going to bring something to the table that that person who was there for 15 or 20 years was not able to bring. Maybe because they didn't want to or because they was not challenged into bringing it. So it's up to you to look at how you view the people that you have there. So, what do we suggest? What do we advise? What's going on in the air right now when it comes to retaining people? How do we solve the problem due to the Great Resignation? Look internally. Let's create some paths. Let's create some career paths. Put some modulars together. You do not have to send your people to a community college to get a certification just to come back to tell you that I can do what it is that you're asking me to do. You can within yourself create something. Create 10 to 12 modulars. Give them a time frame to complete each modular. Each modular receive a certificate. Each certification you may get 50 cents or you may get 75 cents. You see how that is goal driven, motivated to get the people to where you need for them to be. You know that you got this client and they're going to come on board in about a year. Go ahead and start. You should have been starting this last year so that you can get that person in the door, or excuse me, get that person that position trained and ready to do what it is that you need for them to do. If you don't, then you will have to rely on that job board. You will have to rely on a person coming in through the door. Now, listen, you're going to post up a very enticing number. Well, this job, it ranges 70 to $90,000 a year. Of course, everybody's going to be applying because we want that money, right? But again, if the software pushed them to the left, then you'll never know that person. If it pushed them to the right, there's no guarantee that they're going to stay with you. There's no guarantee. You may give them the 70 or you may even give them the higher end, the 90,000, because we know that you got 6%, what, 6 to 16% of play that you can play when it comes to giving out monies, whether there's an increase or a raise, So we know that there's some play in the game. So what you have to ask yourself, is it worth my time? Because it's already costing me thousands of dollars to do the recruitment for that position. But is it worth my time to recruit for this position, bring this person in only for this person to leave? Or can I start looking in house? Can I start training? Can I start building people? Can I start getting the people to where they need to be so that when this particular job is truly open, we got our qualified candidate? And guess what? They've already been here for 2 years. We've already invested in them. There's some reciprocity that's going on. They're happy. We're happy. Now, we both know, we all know, excuse me, you will have to go outside. There are times to where you will have to go outside and recruit people and bring people in. We know that. We want that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help those who are saying, hey, we don't understand why we can't get this position filled. We don't understand why. Now, there could be many reasons. It could be, again, the environment, it could be your method, it could be, again, it could be how you interviewing people. Some people come in with subconscious biases. I did a training last year on that, and I think it was pretty good, and I'm going to resurrect it and add some more to it. But I think that's important that we realize, sometimes we do things subconsciously, and some of us do have some subconscious biases. And so when you work off a subconscious bias, then what you're doing is you are endangering your vision, or you're endangering your company because of that subconsciousness. So you got to be careful. You have to be careful in all of that if you really want that job to be filled. Now, the next thing is, do you really have to fill it? Do you really have to at this time? And if you do, if going on the outside is not working, then let's work the inside. Create a path, create a career or a learning path for your inside people. Give them options. Let them see, hey, we are investing in you. We want you. We want you to know that we care about you before we bring somebody else in house. We want you to know we're taking care of you, because you better believe when your employees hear that there's a job opening, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go out to that job board and they're going to go straight down to the pay. What is this person making coming in the door? And if it is not the same as what they're making, you better believe there are going to be some problems. There's going to be some problems for that person when they come in the door, and there's going to be some problems for the person who's already in the door because they're thinking, how can they come in making more? And I've been here. Now, this is a conversation that I know that you're going to have, with the right people, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. So, in part one, that's what we're going to talk about. We just want to talk about just that. How do we retain them? Start inside, internal bidding, internal recruitment. Look at the people that you have. Who can you raise up next? Who's going to the next level, right? Let's do this. All right, so I'm getting ready to stop. I have created an animated training of this. I'm excited. I have put it together. I am tweaking some things, but hopefully I'll be able to launch it. And it's just something, again, that is showing you what I can do, what I can bring to the table as far as my creativity. If you would like to know more about what I am doing or what can I do for you and your company, or you individually, or even your student, then reach out to me at www.kingdomproducers.com. You can email me at Quatanya, QUETONNIA, at kingdomproducers.com. Check me out on Facebook, Kingdom Producers Internationals, or my homepage, Quatanya Barnett Surratt. All right, nevertheless, let's retain our employees. Let's keep people there. No more excuses. No more, just let them go. We don't care. No, we do care. Let's learn how to keep them, and let's learn how to empower them. All right. Have a great one, you all. See you soon.